So we finally have a confirmed release date for Sonic Origins, a collection of the Christian Whitehead versions of Sonic 1, 2, and CD, along with a new remaster of Sonic 3, whose development is being led by Simon Tomley, aka Stealth, one of the lead developers of the aforementioned games, as well as Sonic Mania. The game will be releasing on all major modern consoles, as well as PC, on June 23rd. Of course, it's Sonic's birthday.
I gotta say, it's been a long time coming. I mean, sure, the Christian Whitehead version of Sonic CD is available on PC, but console-wise, it's only on the PS3 and Xbox 360. Okay, yeah, the Xbox 360 version is backwards compatible on the Xbox One, and by extension, the Series X and S, but PlayStation-wise, it's only on the PS3, and it was never released on a Nintendo console, so there's that. The Christian Whitehead versions of Sonic 1 and 2 have been mobile exclusive since their release almost 10 years ago. And we never got a Christian Whitehead version of Sonic 3, so to see all of that, all compiled into one game on all major consoles and PC, it's been a long time coming. So I thought, what better way to celebrate this game's release than by taking a look at some of the other collections that have graced this franchise in the past. So I went to the Sonic Wiki to look for a list of games and realized I'm gonna need to create a list of qualifications for what games can be in this video. Qualification number 1. The collection has to be a bunch of games all compiled onto one single disc or cartridge, so that Sonic Mania, Sonic Forces double pack thing, whatever it's called, what was it called? Sonic Forces Mania Plus double pack. That thing is not going to be on this list because that's really more of a bundle. Qualification number 2. The collection has to contain all or mostly Sonic games. It's alright if there are a few non-Sonic games on the collection, as long as most of the games on the collection are Sonic games. Qualification number 3. The collection has to contain more than 2 games. There were a couple of instances where I saw some GBA collections, but they both only contain 2 games, and actually in both instances, one of them was Sonic Advance. So with all those qualifications met, I took a look at the list of games, and there were 6. Okay, well technically there were 5.5, but I'll get to that in a little bit. Also, I won't be ranking any of these games because they are collections of games, not individual games on their own. So without further ado, let's get started with the first collection on the list, Sonic Compilation.
Okay, I know a lot of you probably expected me to start with Sonic Jam, but there are a few reasons I'm starting with this. 1, this game predates Sonic Jam by a few months in the US and 2 whole years in Europe. 2, technically speaking, this is the last Sonic game to be released on the Genesis, at least in the US. And 3, there's not much to talk about with this one. Sonic Compilation, known as Sonic Classics 3-in-1 in the US, is a collection of Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine all on one cartridge for the Genesis. And that's all there is to it. You get this menu to choose your game, and then that's it. There's no differences in these versions of the games or anything. It's literally just 3 games compiled into one cartridge.
There are a couple of interesting things about this game that I want to point out, though. Firstly is that I'm actually impressed that they were able to fit all 3 of these games onto one single cartridge, considering one of the supposed reasons as to why Sonic 3 and Knuckles had to be split up is because there wasn't enough space on the cartridge. Now, I don't know much about game storage, especially not on older games, so I don't know, maybe these 3 combined together is still a smaller file size than Sonic 3 and Knuckles? I don't know. The second thing I want to point out is that if you lock on the cartridge to Sonic and Knuckles, something I can't physically demonstrate because I don't have a physical cartridge of this game.
Anyway, if you lock it onto Sonic and Knuckles, you get blue spheres, of course, but it's the version you'd get by locking on Sonic 1, the one with the millions of levels.
My only real explanation for this is that Sonic 1 is the first game on the list, and therefore the one that the cartridge loads by default, so when you lock it onto Sonic and Knuckles, it thinks you're locking on Sonic 1. But other than that, there's nothing else to talk about with this one.
Now this is the one you were probably expecting me to start with. Sonic Jam is a collection of Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles, along with their locked-on variants for the Genesis' successor, the Sega Saturn. The emulation quality here is actually pretty decent, though some of the sound effects are a bit off. But like I said in my Sonic Adventure review, what most people remember about this one is the Sonic World, an open-world hub area. You got things like the art gallery to look at art, the music shop to listen to music, and so on. Overall, this game is pretty decent, though I don't think I'd spend massive amount of time on all these versions of the games since I have them on so many other systems.
I know some of you are probably expecting me to mention the Game.com version of this game. So there. I mentioned it. Let's move on.
Now this is the one you all are likely more familiar with. Sonic Mega Collection for the Nintendo GameCube, a collection of all the main Genesis Sonic games in one package with a bunch of extra stuff to boot. There's the manuals for the games, cover art of various comic books, and even various videos to watch like the intro and outro movies for Sonic CD and the trailer for Sonic Advance 2. The game list will start out small. By default, you can only play the games advertised on the back of the box. Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic Spinball, and Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. However, something that's not really advertised is more games to unlock. The method of unlocking them, though, is a bit tedious if you ask me. Take for example Sonic 3 and Knuckles, the combined version of Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. In order to unlock it, you have to play both games 20 times each. Of course, the collection counts entering and then immediately exiting as playing, so you'll spend a good half hour entering and exiting each game 20 times just to unlock more games. But once that's all done, you unlock the extra games, which are just the lock-on variants: Blue Sphere, Knuckles and Sonic 2, and Sonic 3 and Knuckles. You can also unlock some non-Sonic games like Flicky and Rystar, although probably the most memorable thing about this collection is the upgrade. A couple years later, an updated version of the game called Sonic Mega Collection Plus was released for PS2, original Xbox, and Windows. But not like Steam or anything, no, this was a physical disc for Windows XP. This is how a lot of kids in my generation, myself included, got introduced to the classic Sonic games. I, like so many others, had a PS2 as a kid, and one of the games I played to death on it was Sonic Mega Collection Plus. Of course, I don't have my PS2 or that version of the game anymore, so for this video we'll be looking at the Xbox version. It's pretty much the same anyways. What set this one apart from the previous version and warranted the Plus title was the inclusion of 6 Game Gear games. Sonic 1, Sonic Labyrinth, Sonic Drift, the first time it was released outside of Japan actually, Sonic Chaos, Sonic Blast, and Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. These are all emulated really well, and you can actually adjust the resolution to the Game Gear's original resolution. Aside from that, the only other major addition to this game was changing some of the videos. Instead of the intro and outro from Sonic CD, this time you had prototype and finalized versions of some CG cutscenes from Sonic Heroes. Also, this is what I meant by 5.5 games earlier, as this is pretty much just the same game with just a few additions. This game defined a generation, and I bet a lot of you played it as kids too. But there are a couple of games on here missing, one in particular being Sonic CD. That's where this comes in. Sonic Gems Collection is essentially the same thing as Mega Collection, but with a different library of games. You have 6 Game Gear games again, but this time the games are Sonic 2, Sonic Spinball, Sonic Triple Trouble, Sonic Drift 2, Tails Sky Patrol, again another one released outside of Japan for the first time, and Tails Adventure. In addition to those, you have 3 other games: Sonic the Fighters, an arcade game, Sonic CD, and Sonic R. Although for CD and R, they're the PC versions instead of their original console versions. The only difference in R's case, though, is this version has way better draw distance. Oddly enough, with Sonic CD on the PAL version of the game, it plays the US soundtrack, even though the PAL regions got the Japanese soundtrack on the Mega CD version. Apparently, Knuckles Chaotix was also supposed to be on this collection, but they couldn't get the emulation right. As for the unlockables, you only get 2. And they're both Vector Man games. Pass. You get to view the manuals as well, but there's no comics or videos to view like in Mega Collection.
The only other interesting thing about this game is that there is a PS2 version, but it's only available in Europe. Americans only got the GameCube version.
And our last game for this video is Sonic Classic Collection for the Nintendo DS. This collection contains all the same games as Sonic Jam, minus Blue Sphere. Funnily enough, the main menu music is the music for Sonic World from Sonic Jam. Also, before Sonic Origins, this is the last time Sonic 3 saw a re-release. The emulation is fine. The only real oddity is the squished image. You see, the DS's screen resolution is smaller than the Genesis's resolution, but oddly enough, they squished it vertically, but not horizontally. I have absolutely no idea why. And again, before Sonic Origins, this was the first and only time to play Sonic 3 on the go, so I give it credit for that at least.
And with that, we've come to the end of the video. There wasn't a whole lot to talk about with these without going into too much detail into the individual games themselves, but I want to save those for individual reviews. I am really looking forward to the release of Sonic Origins. I've pre-ordered it already and everything. Not the deluxe version, though, because I really don't care about all that extra shit. Of course, I will be streaming the game on the day it comes out, so look forward to that. As for these reviews, next time we're going to be going back into the Dual Marathon and taking a look at Sonic Heroes. So, yeah. So, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.